Hi, this is Steve from Mad About Golf. Today I want to talk about how my Garmin S70 watch talks with my Garmin CT10 sensors on every club that I have to give me information about how crap I played today. So when you get your pack of Garmin CT10 sensors, I think it's a pack of 14, you simply screw each of the sensors into the end of each of your grips, like that. So the way that the Garmin CT10 sensors communicate with your S70 watch is through Bluetooth, and they are powered inside by a battery, which is the CR2032 battery. So to pair each of your CT10 sensors with your Garmin S70 watch, you simply go to settings in the watch, go to golf settings, scroll down, and we're looking for club tracking. Click on club tracking, and then we're going to go to the Approach CT10 because that's what I'm using. And then what it does, once you've pulled it out and put it near the watch, it'll actually tell you which club is connected. So this is my pitching wedge, and if you go into the settings under About, you can actually see the level of the battery, serial number, and which club that you're actually pairing. So you just go through and you do that for each of the different clubs that you've got until they're all connected. So I've got driver right down to 60 degree. I don't actually have one on my putter. I just prefer to put that in manually, but yeah, that's how I do it. And then you can just go back to your normal watch settings. So after your round of golf, you can actually view some stats of your round on your watch itself. So if you scroll up and then go down, you'll see here your last round of golf that was played. So I played this morning, Clark's Beach Golf Club. I had a shocking 87, which is 16 over. And if you click on it, it gives you some more stats that I was 42 out and 45 in. Go down again, it gives you how many pars you had. I had seven bogeys, 3 shocking doubles, and a horrific triple. The handicap at the time, I think my course handicap was about an 8, but it's basing it off a 9, and then that takes it to a net 78, so I should have had a 71 with my handicap, but I didn't. I was 7 over that, so really bad day at the office. On the fairways, I hit 7 out of 13 drives, 23% went left, 54% went straight ahead, and 23 went right. Greens in regulation, this is where I'm losing a lot of shots with my irons, 17%, 3 out of 18. And then putts, I had 32, which is actually not bad for me. And if you go down once more, I did 10,400 steps, I walked 8.5 kilometers, and we took 3 hours and 36 minutes. And then you can just go back to get to the main screen of your watch. For more detailed information about your round, you can download the Garmin Golf app. And in this stores all of the rounds of golf that you've had. So my latest one was that 87, that's 16 over. So if you click on it, it's going to give you an overview of your scorecard. Scroll down, some stats. So I talked about before, the pars, the bogeys, or the 4 or worse, and fairways hit, greens in regulation, and number of putts. And then if you click on each of these holes, you'll see that hole, but what we'll do is we'll go to the shot map. So for each hole, this is pretty cool, you can see how you played each hole. So the first hole, it was a par 5, and I had a drive off to the left, then I duffed a 6 iron, I hit another 6 iron, hit a good close shot with a 9 iron, and then 1 putt, so I parred that hole. And these, you can actually rotate them, so you can actually see the trajectory of each shot, which is pretty cool. And then to flick to the next hole, you simply click on the arrow. So this was a par 4. I hit a drive, not a very good one, pulled it off left into the trees, punched out a 5 iron to short of the green, chipped it on, and 1 putt for a par, so I was happy with that. Again, you can spin it around, see the trajectory of each shot. And then this is the little par 3, which was 104 meters. I actually hit an 8 iron, which, it's a lot of club for that short distance, but still didn't make it, but I had a good chip and 1 putt. And then that's when things started to fall apart for me. I duffed it off the tee. You can see I topped it. Then I tried to hit 3-wood, top that. Then I just had to punch out because I had no shot. I was up against a fence. And then I hit okay, this is interesting. So on this shot here, I think I had what would have been a 4 iron. So it didn't pick that up. So you can go into the settings. If you click on here, you can say, okay, it was out of the rough, in play. So I had a 4 iron, and then go done. and now it's recorded that. So sometimes it does that. Here again, it's probably confused, thinking, what the hell are you doing down there and what were we trying to hit? So I actually borrowed a friend's 3-wood because I don't have a 3-wood at the moment. Oh no, there we go, we can still put it in, so I'll put 3-wood there. Then I had a half decent 4-iron, 5-iron, short of the green. Yeah, I think I ended up with a good honest 7 on the par 5 there. Next was a par 3, I had a 9-iron onto the green, 2 putts, so solid par on that one. Then it was a par 4, I had an okay drive, leaked it out to the right a bit, 9-iron, and then I think I was a bogey on that hole, chip and 2 putts. But yeah, anyway, you get the idea. I just want to show you, how you can flick through each of the holes one by one, spin them around, see the height, things like that, how you did. So yeah, it gives you a good idea of how you played each hole. If you scroll down, you can actually go to overall course stats. So this is looking at Clark's Beach Golf Club, so it's telling me they have had 99 rounds. I last played today. My average score around there is about an 83. My greens in regulation average is 38%, so that's where I'm losing a lot of my shots. Average putts per hole, 1.8, which I'm happy with. Overall, I only hit half of my drive straight, 31% go left and 23% go right. And then it gives you your longest drive. I don't know when I had this longest drive. I can't remember hitting a 300-meter drive ever, but apparently I did at some point. Maybe it was in the middle of summer, I don't know. But yeah, and then you can also look at scores on the front 9. So if I only played 9 holes, it'll give you stats for that. So your average score for 9 holes, 40 for me. Greens in regulation 43%, putts per hole, and same thing. And on the second hole, I hit 227-meter drive. Another area that's pretty cool in the Garmin Golf app is stats. If you go to stats and you go to club stats, you can actually see the average that you hit each of your clubs. So for me, just under 200 meters for the driver, and then 4-iron and 5-iron are pretty much the same, and then so on and so on and so on. So it just gives you a good idea of, this max thing, I don't think it's accurate. I mean, I've never hit a driver for 381 meters, nor a 4-iron, so I don't know where these numbers come from, but yeah, I think it's a bit of a bug in the Garmin system, but yeah, I think the averages are about right. Another thing that the Garmin Golf app tracks is course stats. So you can go in and you can have a look per course. I think we looked at Clark's Beach, 99 rounds, etc., average score of 83. Another course that I play quite a lot is Maxwells Golf Retreat, where we film the Break 28 series once a week. So yeah, 37 rounds there, and I have an average score of 32. Don't hit many of the par 3s, 39%, average putts 1.7. So yeah, just another cool stat that you can look at. So we've looked at activity, where you can get all your score information. We've looked at stats. This middle button here is if you have the R10 launch monitor. So that's if you've got a golf simulator and you can hit into a screen, and then you can do play different courses and do practice and enter tournaments and things like that, which is pretty cool. Then under your profile, this is where you set all your clubs, like which types of clubs you have in the bag. You can obviously add new clubs as you get them or change them. So that's my clubs at the moment. I don't have a 3-wood, I'm waiting for that to arrive. And then this just gives you the devices that you have. So it's saying it's connected to my watch, which is the Approach S70 watch. If you lose it, you can click on that, find my gear. I haven't set that up actually, but yeah, you can, if you lose your watch, you can see where it is, which is pretty cool. So as well as being able to view stats on your watch and your phone, you can also view them on your PC as well. So if you go to connect.garmin.com, set up an account, and then if you go to golf, go to scorecards. This is all my past scorecards. If I click on this one from today, where I had the shocking 87, then it gives you a lot of information all on one screen, which I quite like. So all the different holes, the score you had on each hole, fairways hit, whether they were left, whether they were right, or whether they were down the middle, and then a total at the end. So yeah, shocking, only 7 out of 13 fairways hit. Greens in regulation, same thing, whether you hit them or you didn't. That's where I'm really falling down in my game. And then number of putts per hole, and if you scroll down, it just tells you how many pars, bogeys, or double bogeys or worse you had, so, and putts. So yeah, pretty nifty. You've also got performance stats, like you can see on the app on your phone as well. Just view them like that. Then you can actually break it down and look at things like drives. So This is giving an overview. I don't know how many rounds this is looking at, so there's quite a few different drives here. I certainly didn't have that many today, but yeah, it sort of shows you where your drives are going and how far they're going. Approach shots. Now this is actually quite interesting. So it's saying that for my approach shots, 34% of them are short. 7% go left, 8% go right, and only 4% go long. So I'm not taking enough club, but you can actually drill down and you can select. So approach shots, let's say with my 8-iron, just to have a look at that. So 24% are short. Let's have a look at my 9-iron, 12%. Let's have a look at my pitching wedge. 29%. Yeah, so with my short irons I'm well short, but I bet it's the same with my long irons. Let's have a look at my 4-iron. Far out, 56% of them are short. So instead of taking 4-iron, should have taken a 3-wood or a hybrid. Let's look at chipping. So the club I use mainly for chipping would probably be, as you've seen on my Break 28 videos, is a 9-iron. And let's look at that. Oh yep, 25% of my chips are short as well. So interesting, eh? You can also look at course stats, so looking at Clark's Beach. So just another overview, 99 rounds, average score of 83, etc, etc, longest drive. With your scorecards, you can also just quickly flick back to look at previous rounds to make yourself feel better. So the week before I had an 82, that was a 4 over at a 9-hole course, Maxwells Golf Retreat. 85, not so good. 37, not so good. 84, happier with that. And that was a good round. I had a level par round at Maxwells Golf Retreat. I almost broke 28, not quite. When you are looking at your scorecard, you can also click on each hole, and then it's going to show you, I had a driver, then a 5-iron, gap wedge, and then 1 putt. So another way of looking at it. So that was my overview of the Garmin S70 watch paired with the Garmin CT10 sensors, how they work together to give you information about your round on your watch, on your phone or on your computer, so you can really drill down to see how crap you played like I did today. But anyway guys, thanks for watching, really appreciate it. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't, it really helps the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Hi, this is Steve from Mad About Golf. Today I want to talk about how my Garmin S70 watch communicates with my Garmin talks with the Garmin CT10 sensors on each club, which talks to my phone, which talks to the app. So when you buy your Garmin CT10, so when you get your pack of Garmin CT10, so when you get your Garmin CT10 sensors, they come with this little tool here, which you basically use to where the fuck is it? So we've looked under activity, which gives you all of your scores. Thanks, Bobby. Thanks for watching, do appreciate it. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up, it helps the channel. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so, that also helps the channel. And